What's going on, y'all? This is Eagle Eye Gordon here, back with another video. And today I just wanted to show two products that I'm using right now. Because I mentioned before I'm going to start doing a few more videos where I mention some hair products that I like to use. And one is very simple. I mentioned in the last video I was going to go back to Dollar Tree and get some more of this stuff. This is not the protein one. This is the argan oil one, softy. Probably seen it. Costs $1. Nothing special, but I use it primarily for my edges this time. I didn't use it for a wash and go. I don't know if you can see it. It laid that short piece down, so it's hiding underneath my longer hair, so that's good. Again, like I said, if you got dense hair is the, not saying breakage is good because it's not, but when you have dense hair, you have the benefit because people can't really tell that you have damage, unless they get all up in your hair. Like if they zoom in, like with, they're like a millimeter away from your hair, they can't really tell. You can hide it. People with straight hair can't really do that. If their hair is just down and if they got damage, it's very apparent. You can't hide it. Or even like loose wavy hair, like you can easily see it. But curly hair and tight forehead hair, you can get away with it for a little while until you get it fixed. So yeah. So I've been using that for my edges. I may try to use it again for a wash and go. I used it in the past for a wash and go, and it left my hair really crusty and hard. But what I learned about gels is that pretty much gels, they're supposed to leave somewhat of a cast. That's what helps keeps the curl in place. Notice like with puddings, which is what I don't like to use, they can kind of make your hair look a bit weighed down, too mushy, too stringy. Unless you have like type 3B, primarily 3B, because I have some 3B, but it's mostly 3C. If you have all 3B, 3A, or even 2C hair, it'll work better, because you don't really have to add anything to it. Like you notice, like a lot of these YouTube videos, people with like type 3C hair, they'll use the puddings, but they use something under it, like a leave-in conditioner or a oil, which is what we usually have to do, so our hair doesn't get dried out. People with a looser hair texture, it just soaks it up better because their hair retains water more. But I don't like puddings because I just don't like hair too soft, and it shrinks up more. So there's been times in which I've used gels and I use it the right way and the definition does stay, but it also depends on like the humidity factor, if it's really windy, if I'm under a lot of lights, then that will alter it. Usually in cooler weather, I have no problems with it. Just like if I hear my hair straightened sometimes, it usually stays in put when it's cooler out. So that, and got some trusty Jamaican black castor oil. I don't know if you can see it. It's like the name of it. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to focus. Okay, so it is the Tropical Isle Living 100% natural multi-purpose Jamaican black castor oil. Good for hair, skin, eyelashes, brows, beards, and nails. So it's multi-purpose. It costs about $7 to $8 at a beauty supply store. I don't know if they have this at a Walgreens or CVS store. I do know Walgreens now does sell Jamaican black castor oil as well as some other tea tree, argan, and stuff like that in those kind of bottles. It's usually in the urban section, but whatever, and it's really worth the price because it goes a long way. You don't really need a lot of it, because all you need is just a few drops and then rub it on your scalp and then watch the results flow within about a week. Like you really can get like probably close to an inch at least. I get usually about an inch, but usually around roughly 3/4 to an inch a week if you stay consistent with it, because it does have healing properties in it, and it really works. I try to tell a lot of people about it at one of my former jobs. Funny, it was an Arabian guy. He had like, nice wavy hair. It was short, and he told me that he had a problem growing it. He's like, my hair never grows. So I gave him a tip. I said, try some Jamaican black castor oil. It's like, what's that? I'm like, well, it's pretty popular in the natural hair community. You can find it at Walgreens though. It's like $8. And yeah, I'm gonna try it out. He never tried it out. And I actually followed up with him like a couple months later, like, you're not gonna try out that Jamaican black castor oil? He was like, no, I'm not. I'm like, okay, so whatever, it's your issue. You claim that you can't grow your hair, though I think you can. You're just doing something wrong. Um, you know, I'm just giving you some advice because you asked for it. But fine. I don't have to. I don't have to give any tips if you're not going to accept it. Sometimes I'm kind of like that because it's like you ask me, how do you get your hair to grow, and I tell you, and you don't. It's like you don't. It's like it goes in one ear out the other. It kind of depends on the person. Sometimes people will take my advice. Some people won't. I'm not a hair guru. I just did a lot of trial and error like most people. So I'm just telling you what works for me. I don't know if it's going to work exactly for you. There's some things people told me that works for them didn't work for me. But it's people's own hair. They can do whatever they want. But I like sharing tips with you all because I feel like you all appreciate them, which is what I like about having a small group of followers because, you can be a little bit more one-on-one. Once people start blowing up and shit like that, it's like you become further and further away from them. They're more hard to reach and stuff like that. They're less responsive. They just don't have time for you because they're famous now. Which, that was a previous video. I'm not going to go too much into that. But anyway, I like the channel that I have. I'm not complaining about it. I really don't care what YouTube or Instagram or any other major social media platform wants to shove down your throat. There's a place here for you. If just make your own place. There's downsides to being famous. There's upsides to being not so famous. Like, I've heard stories about when people blow up on YouTube and then they get stalked and shit. And, that's just what they have to live with now because they're known. Their face is recognizable, so this is what you got to live with, unfortunately. It's very unfortunate, but, I mean, that comes with fame, You can't have it all. So, yeah, anyway, this was just a quick video, about 7 minutes right about now. 7.5 minutes, but it's a quick video about 2 of the products that I'm using right now. I'm going to make future videos of more products that I'm using. I just like to start off small or just do videos where it's like 2 to 4 at a time. So, alright, I'll let you guys go, and thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys again.